Time. Let's go back. And now, here's the host of Let's Go Back, Scott Sternberg.
How you doing? Thank you very much. Welcome to Let's Go Back. You're going to learn a lot of things about the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and these players right over here are going to tell us the answers, we hope. We have Kevin, Sherry, and Michael. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Right? Okay, Kevin, tell us about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Vermont, and a small town called Middlebury, which if you ever used to watch the Newhart show, you've seen because they used it for all the exteriors.
I remember Middlebury.
That's right. And I'm living in Los Angeles now, where I work as a financial manager.
Oh, good.
And I want to get some finance of my own to manage.
All right, well, maybe today you can win something. Nostalgia is big for you?
Absolutely.
Which decade?
1950s.
Because?
Well, I think because Mamie Eisenhower was in the White House, and how could you hate a decade like that?
Yeah, it was pretty peaceful, huh? All right. Good luck today. Okay, Sherry, how are you?
Good. How are you, Scott?
I'm fine, thank
I'm
you.
Sherry Mills. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, but now I live in Hawaii on the island of Maui.
Oh, that's tough to
I'm in the
take.
hotel business.
Uh-huh.
But I don't get much sympathy, but I really have island fever bad, and I'm anxious to get off of the island and move back to the mainland.
Yeah, how long have you been over there?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. Well, we'll welcome you back.
Thank you.
Anytime. Good luck
Okay.
today.
Thank you.
Okay, and Michael.
Hi,
how you
Scott. I'm Michael Sorich. I do strange things for livings. I was a chicken plucker once, and I do cartoon voices.
Wait. You're a chicken plucker?
Yes,
That was a real job? You get paid
It's
for
a
that?
real job. It's very hard to do. You have to wear gloves.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Really, I don't want to know about that.
Thank you, Scott.
And,
We don't either.
and cartoon voices as well?
I was the original voice of Papa Smurf in the Smurfs and the Magic Flute.
Really? Give us some of that, will you?
You'll think that all Smurfs are the same.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Good, Michael. Which decade here are you the strongest in?
I would say probably the 70s because they were my 60s, if that makes sense.
I don't want to discuss it. I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
All right. Good luck today, Michael.
Thank you.
Okay. Ready to start? Mm-hmm. Round number 1 is first, and here are the categories. Singing siblings, Olympics, fashion fads, movies by the numbers, and classic TV lines. I'm going to give you 10 points for each correct answer. If you're wrong, we got to take the 10 points away. Okay, just remember that. And behind one of the decades, we have our hidden nostalgia time capsule. It's a great prize behind there. Charlie O'Donnell, tell them what's in there.
Let's go back. Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of this three-piece Gilligan's Island collector's set featuring Marianne, the skipper, and his little buddy Gilligan. Create your own uncharted desert isle, then strand the castaways there as long as you like. Back to you, Scott.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. Gilligan's Island figures, and they are worth quite a bit, so hopefully one of you will win it. You ready to start? Mm-hmm. Okay,
Ready.
Before the show, we drew some numbers, and Kevin, you did win. Pick the first category and decade, and let's go back.
I'd like the 50s. Singing siblings, please.
On Christmas Eve 1955, this quartet was introduced individually as Diane, Peggy, Kathy, and Janet by Lawrence Welk. Sherry.
The Lennon sisters.
Yes, it was the Lennon sisters. Do you remember who the youngest Lennon sister was?
Janet.
Yeah, it was Janet.
Thank you.
You knew the Lennon sisters. Okay,
My
go, Sherry.
idols. Let's try 60s singing siblings.
Staying with the singing siblings. This trio, whose 1967 debut was the New York mining disaster, is comprised of brothers Barry, Maurice, and Robin. Go, Michael.
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Gibb.
Judges? We're not taking it. Sorry. Kevin.
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees. The Bee Gees. That's who we're looking for. Okay. Go ahead, Kevin. Pick again.
Movies, 50s, please. Movies by numbers.
Joanne Woodward won an Oscar for her portrayal of a woman with multiple personalities in this film. Sherry?
All About Eve.
No. Kevin?
Three Faces of Eve.
Yes, The Three
Right.
Faces of Eve. Needed that title. Okay, Kevin, in control. Pick again.
60s fashion fads, please.
This prominent lady inspired women to wear pillbox hats. Michael?
That would be Jacqueline Kennedy.
Right. Jackie Kennedy. 10 points for you, Michael. Pick again.
Let's try 50s Olympics, please, Scott.
Winning consecutive ice skating titles prepared this man for his job as an Olympic commentator. Michael?
Dick Button.
Yes, Dick Button. Very good. Go again.
60s Olympics, please.
Staying with the Olympics. At Grenoble, this French heartthrob swept the alpine ski events. Michael.
Jean-Claude Killy.
Jean-Claude Killy with 3 medals he won that year, okay? You know, we're going to take a break right here. Okay. We have Michael and Kevin in the lead with 20 points. Back with more of round one right after this.
Shoot. 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 Whoa, shoot. 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 Let's go back.
Okay, we're in the middle of round number 1 here. Still Gilligan Island figures lurking in a time capsule there. Michael and Kevin tied for the lead. Last correct question was with Michael. Go ahead, Michael. Take it on.
Scott, could I please have 60s movies by the numbers?
This 1966 film made a star out of a fur bikini-clad Raquel Welch. Michael.
100 rifles.
100 rifles. Not 100 rifles. Kevin.
It's 1 million years BC.
That's right. 1 million years BC is what we're looking for.
But I believe there were rifles in the film.
I'm sure there were rifles. Absolutely right. Good, Kevin.
Could I have the 60s classic TV lines, please?
Each week on Laugh-In, things got pretty wet when Judy Carnes said this. Kevin.
Sock it to me.
Yeah, sock it to me. Right. Good, Kevin. Pick again.
Classic TV lines of the 50s.
And it's the time capsule. All right, Kevin. You're going to be playing this time capsule all by yourself. Sherry and Michael, you got to sit this one out. It's going to be worth double 20 points. We're not going to take the 20 away if you don't get it right. And you got a chance to win those fabulous Gilligan Island figures.
Oof.
You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, all by yourself. 50s classic TV lines. When Chester A. Riley got into a jam, he uttered this memorable catchphrase.
Chester, the life of...
Did you guys know? Greg? Sherry?
No.
What a revolting development this is.
Oh. No.
All right. No harm here. Go ahead, Kevin. Continue.
Well, 70s classic TV lines.
During their 12-year run, Detective Williams invariably got this order from Detective McGarrett. Michael.
Book him, Dano.
Yes,
yeah.
book 'em, Dano. And who were the stars of that show?
That would be Jack Lord and Wofat.
And what?
I don't know. That was his name. I don't know.
James McCarthy.
That's right, James MacArthur, and he was the son of...
Mary Martin.
No. That was Larry
I
Hagman.
beg your pardon.
Helen
Hayes.
And Charles
Sorry, we're just
MacArthur.
having a discussion here, trying to work some things out.
Charles MacArthur worked for Edgar Bergen.
Okay, back to the game. And Michael, you have control. Pick.
80s classic television lines, please.
Finishing out this category. Roll call on The Hill usually ended with these words of advice. Michael.
And let's be careful out there.
That's exactly correct.
All right.
Very good. Another 10 points for Michael. Pick again.
70s Olympics, please.
70s Olympics. The first perfect score of 10 was awarded to this Romanian gymnast, Sherry.
Nadia Comaneci.
Nadia Comaneci is absolutely correct. Good for you, Sherry. You're in control. Pick again.
70s fashion fads.
Yes, that is a question.
Yes.
70s fashion fads. In 1971, women couldn't wait to show off their legs in these short shorts. Michael.
Culottes.
No, not culottes. Waiting for somebody. Sherry.
Hot pants.
Yes, hot pants. Hot pants, what we're looking for. Good. Okay, Sherry, pick again.
50s fashion fads.
A major fad in 1950 were outfits for kids inspired by this TV show starring William Boyd. Kevin?
Hopalong Cassidy.
Yes,
outfits.
Hopalong Cassidy is right. Do you remember the name of Hoppy's horse?
No.
Oh. Okay. Sherry, you remember?
Oh.
No, anybody remember?
No.
Topper. Topper was the name of Hoppy's horse. Go ahead. Kevin, go.
Let me take 70s movies by the numbers.
Robert Redford plays a hunted man in this spy thriller. Michael?
6 Days of the Condor.
No. Sherry?
3 Days of the Condor.
3 Days of the Condor. Right, Michael. Sorry about that.
Oh, boy, those numbers.
Good for you, Sherry. In control. Pick again.
80s movies by the numbers.
This 1986 controversial film starred Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger. Michael?
9.5 weeks.
Absolutely right. 9.5 weeks. Michael, pick again.
80s Olympics, please.
In 1988, despite a frightening bump to the head, this athlete won gold medals on the platform and springboard. Michael again.
Greg Louganis.
Yes, it was Greg Louganis. Tied for second place now. Michael, pick again.
Let's try 80s fashion fads, please.
Finishing out this category, linen jackets, no socks, and soft pastels can be directly attributed to this Miami Vice detective, Sherry.
Sonny Burkett.
No. Michael.
Sonny Crockett.
Sonny Crockett. That's what we were looking for. Sonny Crockett,
Right.
played by Don Johnson.
Right.
Michael, go.
70s singing siblings.
Before their successful TV variety show, this team had a hit with I'm Leaving It All Up to You. Kevin?
The Osmonds.
It was, in fact, the Osmonds, Donnie and Marie. Good for you.
faves.
One question left right here in round number 1, and it's 80s singing siblings. In 1984, this trio jumped to the top of the charts with I'm So Excited. Sherry?
The Pointer Sisters?
Yes, it was the Pointer Sisters. Good, Sherry. That's the end of round number 1. Take a look at the scores. Kevin in the lead with 60, Michael with 40, Sherry has 30. We'll be back with round number 2 where everything will double, and we'll see you in just a minute. Hey, welcome back to Let's Go Back. Got a good game going here. We got Kevin in the lead with 60, Michael has 40, Sherry 30. We're ready for round number 2. Are we not, players?
Yes.
Ready.
Let's take a look at the categories, and they are Songs of the Cinema, Game Shows, Nixon, Animal Antics, and Blasts from the Past. 20 points now for each correct answer. We're going to take the 20 away if you don't have the correct answer, okay? We also have another hidden nostalgia time capsule behind one of our decades. Charlie O, tell us what that prize is going to be.
Let's go back.
You could be going to the beach with Howdy Doody. From 1952, this Howdy Doody sandform set includes Howdy, Mr. Bluster, Flub-a-Dub, and, of course, Clarabelle the Clown. And when you're not using them at the beach, they make great Jell-O molds. Back to you, Scott.
Okay, Charlie O. Howdy Doody sandforms. Okay, someone can win those. Let's see. Sherry, you had the last correct answer. You are in control. Pick a decade category and let's go back.
Looking for those sandforms.
Okay.
Let's have 60s Animal Antics.
On Green Acres, this was the name of Mr. Ziffel's unusual pet, Kevin.
Arnold.
Yes, Arnold the pig. Arnold the pig. Go again, Kevin.
50s, please. Songs of the cinema.
In this 1957 film, while falling in love with Shirley Jones, Pat Boone sang the title song. Kevin.
Love Letters in the Sand.
No, good guess, however. Sherry. Michael. Sherry?
April Love?
Yes, April Love. Good going. You got in right there. Congratulations. Go. Pick again.
Thank you. 60s Songs of the Cinema.
In Bikini Beach with Frankie and Annette, this hit song was featured by Little Stevie Wonder. They're thinking. Fingertips. Fingertips.
Never
Part
heard of
2.
it.
Never.
Fingertips Part 2. Go ahead, Sherry. Pick again.
50s Game Shows.
John Daly hosted Arlene Francis, Dorothy Kilgallen, and Bennett Cerf on this show. Kevin.
What's My Line?
What's My Line is correct. Good, Kevin. Pick again.
Well, let's see. Another big player of the 50s. Nixon, please.
Staying in the 50s. In the early 50s, Vice President Nixon made his famous speech about his dog. Michael.
Checkers.
Checkers. Good. Right. Did you ever see a picture of Checkers?
No.
Did you want to see a Checkers? Okay, Michael, pick again.
60s game shows, please, Scott.
This popular 60s game show ended with a group kiss and a goodbye wave. Kevin.
The Newlywed Game.
No, it wasn't the Newlywed Game. Michael.
The dating game.
It was the dating game.
yeah.
Dating game hosted by
Jim Lang.
Jim Lang. Right you are, Michael. Pick again.
70s game shows, please.
Staying with game shows. The grand prize on this show was a check for $516.32. Michael.
The Gong Show.
It was indeed The Gong Show. Again,
by-
Michael. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Hosted by
Hosted by Chuck Barris. Michael?
80s game shows, please.
Okay.
Close out the category.
Closing out the category. When Hollywood Squares returned with John Davidson, this comedian occupied the center square. Michael?
Joan Rivers?
Yes, it was Joan Rivers. Good. Taking care of game shows. Michael in the lead nicely now with 120. Pick again.
70s Nixon, please.
70s Nixon. In 1972, Nixon made an historic 7-day visit to this country. Sherry?
China.
Yes, indeed, it was China. You're in second place now, Sherry. Pick again.
70s Animal Antics.
Considered by many to have been the fastest horse ever, this thoroughbred won the 1973 Triple Crown. Michael?
Secretariat.
Yes, it was Secretariat, and he was good and fast. Go, Michael.
80s Animal Antics, please.
Clyde, Clint Eastwood's co-star in Every Which Way But Loose, was this type of animal. Kevin.
An orangutan.
Yes, indeed. He was an orangutan. Pick again, Kevin.
50s, Blast from the Past. Blasts from the Past.
Blasts. Say it.
Blasts.
Blasts. Blasts. I like that word. Blasts. The Nobel Peace Prize of 1957 went to this medical missionary who worked with lepers. Kevin?
Dr. Albert Schweitzer.
Yes, it was Dr. Albert Schweitzer. Go again.
Blast from the 60s, Blast from the Past, please.
Blasts from the past. The campaign slogan for this presidential hopeful was, "In your heart, you know he's right." Kevin again.
Barry Goldwater.
Yes, Barry Goldwater.
All right.
Inching up on the lead, only 20 points behind. Michael, go again. Kevin.
I'd like 60s Nixon, please.
In the 1960 presidential race, it was Kennedy and Johnson running against Nixon and this UN ambassador. Kevin.
Henry Cabot Lodge.
Henry Cabot Lodge Jr. is correct, and you've tied Michael for the lead. Go again, Kevin.
Okay, 50s Animal Antics, please.
According to this song, everyone wanted to know, what about that doggy in the window? Kevin.
How much is?
That doggy in the window is right. And Kevin, you've taken the lead. Remember who recorded that song?
Patty Page.
Yes, indeed, it was.
The Singing Rage.
Yes, indeed. She was. Anything else on Patty Page?
That's about all. She sang Old Cape Cod, and that's about all I know about Patty Page.
Okay, Kevin, go.
70s Song of the Cinemas. Songs of the
Cinema. Songs of the Cinema.
With plurals, Scott.
In Ken Russell's film of the rock opera Tommy, this superstar portrayed the pinball wizard. Michael.
Elton John.
Yes, it was Elton John. And you've tied Kevin now for the lead. You remember who writes all those songs with Elton John?
Bernie Taupin.
Yes, good. You are an Elton John fan. Pick again, Michael.
80s Songs of the Cinema, please.
In this film, dancing was outlawed in a small town, and Kenny Loggins had the title hit. Kevin.
Footloose.
Yes, it was Footloose. Pick again, Kevin.
70s Blasts from the Past.
And that blast from the past. You said it right, and you hit the time capsule a chance. That's right, a chance to win those Howdy Doody sand forms.
And be the big man at the beach. All right.
Yes, indeed. I'm also going to give you 40 points if you're correct. Sherry and Michael, you got to sit this one out. Remember, we don't take any points away from you. Ready?
Ready.
70s, Blasts from the Past. This innovative airline executive made travel between New York and London a bargain with his low-fare Sky Train.
Freddie Laker.
Is right, Kevin. Very good. You got the Howdy Doody Sandforms, 40 points. Well in the lead now with 220 and control. Pick again.
80s, please. Nixon.
Finishing up Nixon. Finishing up Nixon?
In your dreams.
In 1985, former President Nixon... I was just laughing, I don't know. In 1985, former President Nixon mediated a contract dispute for this American institution. Kevin.
It's baseball.
Yes, for Major League Baseball. One question left here in round number 2. It is 80s Blasts from the Past. Kevin. The hit song Valley Girl was sung by Frank Zappa's daughter with this unusual name. Sherry.
Moon. Moon Unit.
Moon Unit is what we're looking for. Right you are, Sherry. That's the end of round number 2. Kevin in the lead, 240. Michael's got 160. Sherry's got 90. We'll be back with the all-important decades round. We'll find our winner. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
2, 1, 2, 3. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Whoa, whoa, shoot, shoot, shoot. Let's go back.
Here we are, back for our final and important decades round. Let's see what we got here. Kevin, you are in the lead, 240 points. Therefore, you will need 4 correct answers for the win. Michael, second place, 160 points. You'll need 5 correct answers. And Sherry trailing, however, you'll need 6 correct answers, all right? We need all your answers in the form of decades, okay? First player to get there, $500 in cash. Simple enough? Good luck. In which decade was the Battle of the Sexes between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs? Kevin.
70s.
Yes, 1973. In which decade did Steve McQueen star in The Blob? Kevin.
The 50s.
1958, correct. In which decade was Sandra Day O'Connor named to the Supreme Court? Kevin.
The 80s.
1981, and Kevin, one more will win it for you. In which decade did Grace Kelly marry Prince Rainier? Kevin.
The 50s.
In 1956, and indeed, Kevin, you have won the game. You swept it. Just like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. You had all the energy in the world. You just went right through it. Sherry and Michael couldn't get in. You get $500 in cash.
Great.
Any secrets that you had while you went through those?
Not really. I had the howdy doody forms in
The
my mind.
howdy doody sand forms
was like a
made you
mantra.
well. Okay. Sherry, did you have a good time?
Good time. Thanks.
Okay, good. And you, Michael?
It was great.
You were a great contestant. We're glad you're here. And you know what? We're going to see you next time on Let's Go Back, where only the decades remain the same. I'm Scott Sternberg. See you then. Bye-bye.
Let's go back, bum be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum bum. Let's go back, bum be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum bum.
Some of our contestants will receive Pasta Mama, brings convenience to gourmet cooking with its designer line of pasta, from fettuccine alfredo to dessert pastas and sauces. All cholesterol-free. Call 1-800-456-4045. And Concord's exciting neon lights 35mm camera has built-in electronic flash and is focus-free. Plus the neon point-and-shoot 110 pocket camera, sold nationally by Concord Camera.
Let's go back. Bum be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum bum. Let's go back. Bum be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum bum. Let's go back. Bum be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum bum.